My name is Tom Hager, and I'm originally from Fargo, North Dakota, and I am the head baseball coach and associate athletic director. Well, I went to college here back in the mid-90s, had a great experience, and to be quite honest, never thought that I'd come back, but I had an opportunity to come back here and become a head coach, and I've been here 14 years, and it's been a wonderful experience. Yeah, we played in the Metrodome a 4-game series versus St. Ambrose of Iowa, and we played pretty well. We pitched very well, played tremendous defense, and scored some runs when we needed to. So to win 3 out of 4 against a good team was a decent start to the season. We play Concordia of St. Paul in Minneapolis. We play them in the Metrodome again next week, and that's a doubleheader that is at a strange time. It's at 7 a.m., so we're going to have to adjust to playing early in the morning, and they are a good team, and hopefully we can continue to play well. And then in about 10 days, we leave for Arizona, where we play 11 games on a spring trip to Tucson, Arizona. Well, we want to continue to do the little things right, work on the fundamentals. I know it's a cliche, but I've been around long enough to know that you've got to continue to work on the fundamentals, be able to repeat your mechanics in everything you do every day that you practice. So we're focusing on that, along with having a better approach at the plate. Our hitting was very mediocre over the course of those 4 days. We want to be better, and I think getting better means having a better mental approach and hitting the right pitches at the right time. Our training sessions vary based on the time of the year. In the early spring, which would be February, we have a tendency to practice from 9 to midnight. And that is kind of an unusual time in the sense that kids have to get their homework done and get to all their classes, and then we end up practicing from 9 to midnight, which means that they've got to be up and ready to go for class the next morning. Once we get into the later spring and we're outside, then we typically practice from 3:30 to 6. Well, we got a little lucky last year with how early we were able to start. You know, we were practicing in March outside last year, and then we played our first home game at the end of March. I don't think we're going to be so lucky this year, but I'm a superstitious guy, so I'm going to keep it quiet and hope that the weather turns around for us, and so that we can at least be ready to go in early April when we have our first home opener. Well, I think I would say that I had several role models. I was lucky enough to be coached by a lot of very good coaches. I played youth soccer, I played baseball and basketball, and had coaches all the way up the ranks that did a great job of coaching the right way. Certainly my dad is a role model. He worked at the same place for 34 years, and his work ethic was second to none. And then as far as my professional role model, it would be Rod Carew. He's the famous Minnesota Twin. And I just loved how he went about his business as a baseball player. And when I was a player, I tried to be like him as much as I could. My favorite movie, I would say that it's hard to name an absolute favorite, but I loved Major League and Bull Durham as baseball movies. I love Shawshank Redemption. And I just saw a movie that I think everybody else in the world has seen but me, and that's The Green Mile, and that was a tremendous movie. I think that our student athletes have to be very organized. They have to be able to understand time management. Our baseball players have to, especially because of the strange hours that we practice. And so we try to get some points across, like being held accountable for everything they do, like making sure they understand their expectations on a daily basis, and then making sure that we do things in a first-class manner. And I think all of our athletes here do a very good job of that, but obviously I'm a little bit tighter with our own baseball players, and we make sure that they do things that will carry over to the rest of their life. Jamestown College is a special place. There is an environment here that I think suits people of all kinds, and I think it's very easy to learn here, whether that be learn from their coaches or learn from their teachers. The student to teacher, student to coach ratio is phenomenal, and I think that students here get personal attention. I know that I did. I had a tremendous experience here as a student, and it certainly isn't a place for everybody, but I think people who do attend here will find out that they're able to get some up and close personal attention that's going to help them and carry over to the rest of their life.